That would be my first thing. If somebody screwed me over on a deserted island and I lost out on $1 million, I risked my life for a month. I'm tracking you down. I'm tracking you down. Hello, you remember me? You broke my leg. You pushed me out of a tree? Yeah.
Today I'm joined by Ellie Bellwether, a mother, a student, an avid book reader, and a designer in the midst of a move between states. This was my first conversation with Ellie, and I had a wonderful time getting to know her. We covered a wide range of topics, including her experiences as a mother, her new job, her favorite book of the year, To Kill Her Housemaids, Survival Islands, and how she began designing for drag. I hope you enjoyed this conversation with Ellie as much as I enjoyed having it. Hello, hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
Is your name pronounced Ellie?
Yep.
Okay, great. So nice to meet you, Ellie. I'm Spencer.
Hi.
How you doing today?
Stressed out. I've got to move it 5 hours away in like 3 days.
Oh my goodness. Where are you moving to?
New Hampshire,
Oh, cool. Okay, so where are you in now?
New York.
Okay, cool. I
Yeah.
actually just dropped off my parents a couple hours ago to the airport, and they just landed in New York.
Ah.
Are you in
Well,
New
I
York
hope they
City?
enjoy their trip. I'm trying to escape.
Are you in New York City?
No, I'm like about an hour and a half away from New York City, though.
Okay, cool. Are you from New York?
Yeah, from the city.
Okay, cool.
A
Which
little too
part?
chaotic for me. I'm from Brooklyn originally.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I love New York City, but I could see how
It's
spending
good
too
to
much time.
visit, but I don't know if it's something that I could do like long term. My mom lives there. She's lived here, ugh, 35 or so years now.
Wow.
She's just entertaining the idea of leaving.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but she's been talking about it for the past 5 years, so the likelihood of it happening slim to none.
Of course, right? That's awesome. How are you feeling about the move?
I'm excited. It's for a new job. The area is really nice. I need a bit of a change. I hate New York.
Hmm.
Nothing against New York personally. I think it's just I'm like at a point in my life where I'm ready to shed the skin, start anew. And New Hampshire, it was originally supposed to be Massachusetts, but Massachusetts is very expensive.
So I've heard.
A friend of mine was like, he lives out in New Hampshire, and he was telling me he was like, everything that you're looking for in Massachusetts, we have but cheaper.
Well,
And
there
I
you
was like,
go.
oh, so that's great.
That kind of makes your decision for you then.
Yeah, I was like, listen, and apparently the people are so much nicer, which I know I noticed when I went out there for a trip last week. The people in Massachusetts, when we took a stop in Boston, were interesting. I understand why
Really?
they call them massholes. And I was like, oh, okay, see, no, thank you.
How funny. I see, I've always heard that term in regards to like sports fans. I'm a big like
Hmm.
sports fan, so like the New England Patriots, all
Hmm.
their fans, they call them the massholes, but I didn't know just like the general population behaved that way.
Yes, it's insane because then once you like cross the border from Massachusetts into New Hampshire, the drivers aren't crazy. Everyone says hello. Like the amount of people I walked past one day and just said good morning. I was like, wait, I'm from New York. We don't talk to people.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like the people that came in were just like, oh my God, good morning. And I'm like, me?
Yeah.
You're
What do
not
you
gonna
want?
be? Yes.
What do you want from
And I'm
me?
like, oh, hi, okay. And people just have full conversations with strangers. I'm just like, did you guys like make meet before this? They're like, no. And I was like, oh,
I
so you
love
guys are
that.
just nice.
I'm from LA, so it's similar to New York where it's
Hmm.
like no, but everyone's just kind of like in their own world. And I don't know if it's just like my mom's side of the family or what. I think I'm like Midwestern to my core.
Hmm.
And like everyone I see, I'm like, hey, how are you? Like, how's your day going? And everyone's just like, what is the matter
Yeah.
with you? Like, it's so funny.
It's not a common thing, and I wish it was because I grew up most of like my early like childhood. We lived in Pennsylvania, so everyone's like that there. But then
Hmm.
when we moved back to the city, it was just like, okay, so saying hi to people, it's not something we do anymore. Got it. So like
Scratch that
moving
off.
back towards an area that's like that is just I'm like, oh wait, so we have common courtesy. Hi,
Oh, I
how are
bet.
you? This is great.
How exciting. How
And I'm like,
exciting.
and
And
people
congratulations on the
smile.
new
No one's
job.
rushing to get anywhere. This is amazing.
Yeah. That's so nice. And congrats on the new job.
Thank you. I'm excited. Oh, I don't start for another like 2 weeks, so it gives me time to settle in and get to know the area. I already picked out like a gym. I'm excited.
Oh, great. So many good changes, and it's a good time of year for change too. It's like fall,
Oh,
new season, new
oh yeah.
place.
Apparently they do like 20 minutes from the area I'm moving to. They do like this cool like fall festival and I'm like, "Oh, and it's right before I start the new job, so I have time to go out there and enjoy myself and not feel like I have to rush home to do something else."
Oh, amazing.
Yes, I'm
That sounds so
excited.
amazing.
Apparently, the people from I guess like this side of the East, they call it like the New Hampshire and Massachusetts like eternal fall.
Okay.
So I'm like, oh, that's perfect because I love the fall.
Yeah.
And I'm
That's
like, as long as I need the weather is finally starting to cool down. I'm like, it's been so hot. This is
yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah. I'm I'm glad my parents, that's exactly what they're going out there for, is like to do a whole fall foliage East
Mhm.
Coast. So they're doing like New York, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Vermont, like they're doing
It'll be great.
the whole
Honestly,
thing.
Vermont in like October, beautiful.
That's what I've heard.
Beautiful.
I'm excited for them.
Listen, they're gonna love it. They may not want to come home afterwards.
Yeah.
They have to also be reminded we get brutal like cold. So
Yeah, they're definitely not
it's a
used to
little
that.
bit of a give and a take.
Yeah. Such as everything. Okay, so what do you want to talk about today, Ellie?
Anything really.
You're
I said me, I'm like I'm an incognito yapper. I'm not a people
yeah.
person usually, so it's like I've got all these ideas and all of the things, and it's like, oh well, you have to actually interact with human beings for that. I'm like, oh well,
Yeah.
never mind.
Well, the Google form that you filled out was super interesting. You put a handful of different topics there. We'll just go down the list. So first you
Okay.
put from struggle to strength and about resilience, financial independence, and pursuing big dreams despite all the challenges. So what what prompted you to put that as something that you're interested in?
That's kind of where I'm at now. Kind of like my childhood wasn't the greatest. My parents kind of didn't have their crap together. So they were kind of just trying to figure everything out. And my mom is 52, 50, 50, somewhere in that range.
Hmm.
But, like she's finally getting everything together, establishing goals for herself and wanting to do those things. And like growing up, it's like I watched her go through like every stage of life, It's like, all right, I'm young, I'm dumb, I don't really want to, want to take care of my responsibilities, don't really want to do much with my life, to then realizing, hey, I have three girls that need like a positive role model and needing that like stability and structure. And watching her stumble and fall along the way. And now we're all adults. And I love her. But now she's finally seeing like getting everything that she needs to do to get together. So kind of like how my life was a little chaotic. So like growing up, I moved around a lot. I think I probably went to I want to say like 15 schools before elementary school was over.
Wow.
We just moved around a lot and laying roots is not something I'm good at. I will say I have probably bounced around more often than I would like. I'm hoping New Hampshire is where I'll lay my roots.
Hmm.
I'm pretty ready to settle down and I want to farm. So as long and that's a good area to buy farmland, so I'll be good. But just kind of seeing her going through that and kind of experiencing it myself, like being like hitting rock bottom and realizing that there really isn't anywhere else to go but up from there. And I know
Hmm.
a lot of people say that, but it's also like it's very true. You instead of I operate on a some level of stress at all points in time. It's where I do my best work, but it's also very emotionally and physically draining. So like right now I'm juggling school, being a single mom to two kids, and work and a big move and a complete life change. But also like if I did not have like the pressure of being a mom, making sure that again I am that role model for them, I don't think I would have done it.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's like
I
sometimes we need that external variable to kind of push us to move forward.
Exactly. So like if like I said that's that stress to like do something. I also put on an additional like stress to be perfect, but that's a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
But once you have that goal, it's like, hey, this is where I need to be. I've got my kids are little. They're 4 and 1. They're not really paying me any mind. They to them, I'm like the best mom in the world. But I know that like seeing my mom at that young age and like watching her work ethic and doing all of that, I know that I don't want them to ever feel like I wasn't doing anything to change their circumstances.
Yeah, definitely. And even if they are young, like the kids still absorb so much from their environment. Like even you watching your mom growing up, like I'm sure there was times where you were seeing that when you were like could probably barely even talk, but like you could just still sense, the energy
Yeah.
or the stresses or um and you have two sisters, you said?
Yes.
And
My
where
dad has 15 kids, but my mom
fi-
has my few sisters.
15?
15.
Oh my goodness.
Yep. And I'm the middle child, which explains a lot.
Okay. So do you and your sisters have it's same mom, same dad?
No, but we have the same mom.
Okay, okay. So you
Yeah.
guys fall under that same roof. And are you
Mhm.
guys all, what's like the age spread for you guys?
Um, 33, I'm 25, and then my sister's 21.
Okay. So is it
So
good
we're
spread
spread
between?
out a decent amount, but my older sister was my best friend growing up, but now that I'm older, I noticed that like we're not the same, you
Hmm.
know? My younger sister, she's very carefree. She's got no kids. She's not married. She's living her best life. My older sister, she's got three kids, you know what I mean? She
Hmm.
is trying to pick her life back up. And then I'm the one who's just always had a plan. And even if things deviated just a little bit, I'm always just like, no, 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 we need to get back on track.
Yeah, that makes sense. And how like so when it comes to the idea of stress and like having external variables to kind of push us forward, like I feel that same way too. Like that's why I've always loved school so much is like the structure. And it's like you have
Hmm.
your classes and you have your papers and your tests and like all of those things. So transitioning out of spending my whole life in school, once I
Hmm.
graduated college and everything, I kind of found that I was like, I need something to like push me. I need something to keep me going. And it's like
Yep.
I was working from home for 2 years, and it's like, if I lay in bed for an extra couple minutes, there's really no consequences.
Hmm.
Um, but then now that you have like children, you have other people's like lives that you have to take care of. How do you feel? How are you finding that balance of like, okay, you obviously have this external pressure, but like, how do you find that release? Like you said, you operate at a certain level of stress all the time. Do you have
So the
ways
way
to?
I do it, I try and keep like certain deadlines. So for certain things, like I have my main priority, which is my kids, and then
Mhm.
like after that comes like work and school. School kind of comes above work because it's meant for an ultimate goal. I want to be a lawyer. I've wanted to be a lawyer my whole life.
Oh
That
wow.
comes above work, but not by much because obviously I
Hmm.
still need to make money.
Of course.
So I just when I would go through my day, when I am doing whatever I'm doing, I'm giving it 100% of what I have. So I create my structured week, usually Saturday these days, because Sundays are pure chaos. It's the whole getting everything in motion for the start of the week, while
Right.
Saturdays just kind of like, all right, the first half of the day we plan for the next week, and then the second half of the day I'm relaxing because I know I won't get to do it otherwise.
Yeah, that makes sense. And
But
how?
just having like just like checkpoints is really the best thing for me. I have a task wall that has everything that I need to get done, but also making sure that like I'm being realistic with myself.
Yeah, that's so beautifully organized. I could definitely take a page out of your book in that
I hope so.
regard. How do you find moments to like with all of that going on, like you have so much going on, how do you find moments to take time? Do you take time for yourself? Do you take time to like kind of take a breath and chill out a
I
little
think the
bit?
most thing that I do, I've learned to, I've monetized most of my hobbies. So like, it's just a matter of doing this, like reading. Reading is great. It's probably the only thing that I do that's not monetized. If I ever need to like escape my brain, I will put my headphones on, audiobook, and then continue with whatever task that I'm doing.
Hmm.
And then I'm like, wait, it's only been like what, an hour and a half. My kitchen is clean, my living room is clean, everything is done. I have to go get the kids. Oh wow, hold on. This like you know what I mean? It's like, but I wasn't like there. I was fighting
In
dragons.
some other realm.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm over here fighting dragons. This is great.
Is that
So,
the main genre that you're interested in? Is like the fantasy books?
Um, fantasy and romance mostly.
Hmm.
I used to be really into thriller. When I first started reading, it was thriller and sci-fi. Some of the thriller these days are scary. And it's not even just like creature scary because like stuff like that doesn't I don't mind. I love horror movies and like creepy
Hmm.
paranormal stuff. It's the stuff that like could be real, like cults and
Yeah.
like, stuff like that. And I'm just like, no,
This is
because
getting a
I'm
little too
already,
real.
yeah, and I'm like, I'm already wondering if there's a serial killer that's been watching me, and the off chance I leave my door open when I'm cooking, that somebody's just gonna whoop
And you have your
let
headphones in listening to an audiobook and
exactly. And I'm just like, wait, hold on, what's going on here? No, I'm good. And it's nothing against because like I am picking up Frida McFarlane this week sometime because everyone's like, oh, you gotta read it, especially before The Handmaid comes out. And I'm like, okay, this is great. But I'm like, I want a cleaner at some point. I know nothing about this book, but like if say I have somebody who's coming into my house and they I don't know. What is it that there was a remake movie that's coming out? The Hand That Rocks the Cradle or something like that?
I don't think I've heard of it.
I I didn't hear about it until I saw the trailer on TikTok. But it's a remake of apparently of an older movie, and I guess the nanny is a little insane, and I'm like, no.
There's
No, that I'm like, no, 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 no. This is something that's a very practical fear in my brain. I
yeah.
don't need to read or watch something that's going to be pure nightmare fuel.
Yeah, definitely. It's like let's go back to the dragons. Let's go back to the
Yeah, but I'm like,
creatures.
see, if I knew that one day I dragon would fly out of the sky, perfect. But the chances of that happening, very small.
Right, we can live with those. We can live with those chances. What's
Yeah.
a book that you've listened to or read this year what's been like your favorite book this year?
Oh my God, Visions of Darkness. It's technically a fantasy, but I would categorize it a little bit more like sci-fi fantasy.
Okay.
It's by A.L. Jackson. So good. It's so different from anything that I've read. It creates there's two characters. They're meant to like protect against these kind of like bad thoughts personified, and they're not meant to fall in love. They're meant to be paired together to fight these creatures in the dream world, but protecting our waking world. And it was so different than anything I've ever read before that I was just like, anytime anybody's like, "Do you want a book recommendation?" This,
Uh,
this is what you need to read. It's so good.
that's amazing.
I read it on the off chance, and I was like, I know nothing about this. The cover is pretty,
You
and
broke the
it
number one
really
rule, not to judge
mind
a book by its cover.
Oh, but listen, this one is a wrap for me. I need the second book, and I don't know if like it's in the works or what's going on. I know nothing, and I'm like, ma'am, I'm constantly on her TikToks commenting, "Hey, where's the book hit?" I know she released another book recently, and I was like, but this is not book two.
Right. We need book two.
It's so good, and the way it ended, I'm just like in the back of my mind whenever I'm reading something else, I like drift off 'cause I'm like, where could this go?
And
You know,
it's
and I'm
confirmed that there is a second one coming out.
I don't know.
Oh
I'm
no.
assuming the way it ended, it's meant to be a series. She has confirmed, in fact, that
Okay.
it's a series. I have no information about book two.
Okay.
I need some confirmation that it's at least being worked on or something.
We can hold on to the hope that the second one's coming. Uh, but that's funny. I feel like it's always those things where it's like this random movie that you watch or a random book that you pick up, where it's like, I'm just gonna give this a shot. Like I don't even know what this is, and then it ends up just changing everything for you.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I'm like the things that you least expect that grab you and just like don't want to let go. And I'm like, you know what? I'm here for this.
That's amazing. I have to get more into fiction books.
Mm,
I like for a long time I was just reading like a lot of self-help books in college and then like nonfiction and I read a lot of like academic papers and stuff like that. And now I'm like, okay, I need something else. Like the last book I read is about techno feudalism, which like is not a fun topic. I'm like just connecting all the dots of how everything is crumbling around us. And I'm like, you know what?
mm.
Like I'm at the gym and I'm like, I don't really want to be having a panic attack about everything at the moment. So maybe I'll have to give that one a shot.
I definitely recommend it.
Vision of
The biggest
Escape.
thing for me with like reading nonfiction, my brain automatically wants to know why things work. And that's a very difficult question because like I can deal with the like, okay, this is how this works, but it's like the why of a lot of it and a lot of
Mm,
things we don't know. So then I go down a rabbit hole and then I'm like, well, why don't we know?
yeah. Like
Go
in
figure it
regards
out. So or I'm gonna have to go figure it out.
like in regard to like sci-fi and stuff or
In regards to everything, I know like when I watch certain movies and I'm like, well, how did you do that effect? Well, that's pretty awesome. Went down a whole rabbit hole of that, and I'm like, oh, okay, all right. And then something else piques my interest, and I'm like, well, how does that work? And then I used to want to be a marine biologist, and then like the ocean is a big unknown for us, and I'm like,
Hmm.
why? And then
Yeah.
you find out that people have tried to go down there and they don't come back, and I'm like, okay, so never mind.
Good reason. Good reason to stay away.
Exactly. It's how I developed a fear of water that I can't see, like the ground.
Mm.
I'm like,
Hmm.
no, thank you. If my feet can't touch the ground and or I cannot see, no, thank you.
Yeah. I mean,
Someone
that's
a sea monster can grab my legs and I would be gone.
truly. I mean, the ocean's terrifying.
Oh, I can't imagine. I don't know how people do it. I love sharks. It's like a big thing for me.
Hmm.
And I know that the chances of you getting attacked by a shark are slim to none, but that does not mean that I want to be like in a cage
Right.
surrounded by
So you would never swim with sharks?
no. No, I need like glass. Something where like I see you, I'm safe, I know I'm safe.
Right. Like an aquarium.
And yeah, surprisingly enough, I've never been to an aquarium.
You've never been to an aquarium?
No.
They are, for me at least, they can be a bit anxiety inducing, like depending on the
Mm,
scale of it, just because like I get a little uncomfortable with water, similar to you.
mm.
And like being, because a lot of them they go like under, right? So like you're basically
I'm gonna
entrenched
say, yeah,
in a
that would scare
giant
the crap
thing
out
of
of me.
glass. And I'm like, how much do we trust this glass? Like, I don't, that's my mind just starts going like even on
Mhm.
planes and stuff. If I'm like enclosed in anything, I start getting a little sweaty at times. And like I love to travel,
Honestly,
so being on planes, I'm just I have to not think about it. Like I was just in Japan and it was a 12-hour flight home and I'm like,
oh my
okay,
God.
don't think about it. Don't think about it.
For me, I this my brain starts like running off statistics and I'm like, no, that's not helping. That's actually making it worse. Like my friend, his favorite show was Lost, and he decided to talk to me about the chances of the plane crashing while we were on a flight from New York to Arizona.
Great
And I'm sitting
conversation.
there and I'm like, we haven't even taken off yet. You do realize in like 2.5 seconds, I'm gonna ask to begin taking off the plane. Because I'm like, have you seen Lost?
I haven't.
Oh my God. So they get the plane crashes onto a deserted island. They don't get found for like years. I personally could not watch anything past the first season for that exact fact. I want to travel, which requires me to be on an airplane.
Right. We can't be thinking about any of that.
Exactly. And I'm like, you're telling me that these people created an entire civilization, no one saved them. Like, no, thank you. This woman
It's
gave birth on the beach. They created their whole life. I'm like, no, no, no. At that point, take me out.
it's like Lord of the Flies. Have you read Lord of the Flies?
Yeah,
Yeah. That's how I
I
just imagine it
can't.
all going.
And I'm like, people think that we could survive on our own on a deserted island. We are spoiled.
We are so spoiled.
I need internet.
Yeah.
I need FaceTime. I need to be able to have human interaction. And if it's just like me on a deserted island, I think the most I'd probably learn to cook new foods. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, with what limited resources you have, like you're cooking coconut husk or something, like
Pretty much.
coconut
I'd find a
crab.
way to make a makeshift oven and call it a day.
It's funny. I earlier this year I was reached out to for a show, like a survival show,
Oh God.
and I was like, "What made you think that I would be a good candidate for this?" Like, they're like, "Hey, like we saw your videos. We would love for you to like, it was like a full-on casting call and everything." And I was like, eh, just curious, by watching my videos where I'm very much like in a home or in a car, like what made you think that I'd be surviving? It was a show on like a deserted island, and they're like, yeah, like
No.
you bring 5 items, you can team up with people, but like at the very end there can
Five
only be
items?
like one survivor. And they
No.
were like, if you need any sort of medical attention, like the only way that you can get help is if you like quit the show. Like you have to give up your position on the show to get any medical attention. And they're like saying all these venomous snakes on the island. I was like, I think I'm okay. Like I don't think so. And like I was still working my full-time job at that point.
Mm.
and they were like telling me the pay compensation, and I was like, I'm
You
not
can't
gonna.
pay me anything and do something like
I was, I was like,
that.
you're not paying me nearly enough. Like, you're not paying me as much as my job is, nor are you
Mm.
paying me enough for me to have any sort of desire to be on a deserted island trying
With
to
strangers who might
with
hurt you.
with strangers all fighting each other for it was like I think it was a cash prize of like $1 million, like one of those shows.
Oh God, no.
But it's like you had to survive for a full month on the island, and you could only bring 5 items. And I was like, I don't
I
think
don't
this
even
is
know
for
what I
me.
would bring, like a Brita filter, like a that's the only like offhand that I can think of is like, or one of those. They have those
Like
survival like,
the
food
life
kit things.
straws.
Yes,
Yeah. Bring like a life
I can't.
straw. I don't know. I
That's
was like, I
insane.
I
A month.
appreciate, yeah. It was a month. It was like I think the biggest team you could form was like 4 people, and but at the very end, only 2 people could win. It was like that was the max. So it was like you could get a pairing and win with a partner, and you get split the $1 million, or
Hunger Games.
yeah, pretty much, or you can like screw them over and you take all the money yourself or whatever. And I was like, I don't play mind games. I can't screw people over. I'm not trying to
How can
survive
you
on an
go
island,
about like how can you go back to normal society after that though?
right?
You know what I mean? Because what if this person that you've screwed over tracks you down?
Right.
Do people not think about that?
That's how I know you've been listening to crime books too much.
So like that would be my first thing. If somebody screwed me over on a deserted island and I lost out on $1 million, I risked my life for a month. I'm tracking you down. I'm tracking you down. Hello, you remember me? You broke my leg. You pushed me out of a tree? Yeah. I can't. Oh my
Yeah.
God, no. Do they not think about that? People are crazy.
People are crazy. And I was like, you know what, guys, I'm flattered. I appreciate you contacting me, but I think I'm gonna have to pass on this one.
See, I could do like reality TV, maybe, but
Maybe.
not a survival show.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so.
I'm
I
barely surviving everyday life.
yeah, this is the survival show. You mean daily
Exactly.
life in America? That is a survival show.
Exactly.
Uh, so you said that you've monetized all of your hobbies. What
Mhm.
what are your hobbies and how did you monetize them? Like, tell me about that.
Um, Designing clothes. I love it. It's amazing. I most of my high school life I was in a charter school. You had to wear uniform. Uniforms are gross. I mean, I get the purpose of uniform, but I'm a very like loud and colorful person. This is probably the longest my hair has not been like a bright color.
Hmm.
So like we weren't allowed to have like dyed hair. You couldn't have like nails. You you could only wear like black shoes, black pants,
Wow.
cardigans, whatever. And I was just like, you couldn't like my favorite color is yellow. I'm like, if you I can wear a cardigan, I'm gonna wear a yellow cardigan over
Yeah.
the black and white uniform that you have us wear. That wasn't allowed. So I found like little. It started with like little like bits and pieces. I would make like enamel pins in art class because we had one of those maker thingies and it was incredible. Make those, started making little buttons and stuff to stick on my jean jacket that I could wear while I was out. I started making iron-on patches, quick and easy stuff. So I was
Yeah.
like, you're not going to stifle me into this whole like black and white thing. No, it was awful. I would never, ever, I get the point of uniform. Don't get me wrong, I understand. But I feel like if I'm going to wear a blazer, allow me to put stuff on it.
Right.
Allow me to wear colored socks.
Yeah. Have any sort of
Like just
expression.
exactly. And I'm like, all right, like nails. Well, who's disrupting? Like, who am I disrupting? Unless someone's just sitting here, oh my God, looking at my fingers. Like I
Then we
don't
have a
like
different
I feel
problem.
like there's a way I feel like there are ways to do it. And I'm just like, no. So once I graduated, I was like, well, I want to wear nice clothes, but not all of the stuff in the store is stuff is expensive.
Yeah.
Being an adult, I realized like $30 for a pair of jeans, that's insane.
Hmm.
I don't know how my mom survived it.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? So I'm like, oh, well, I'm like, oh, well, this fabric is really nice, but the chances of me going to the store and finding something in this fabric, and I was like, no. So now I make clothes for drag. A few of my friends perform out in LA, and I was like, oh,
Amazing.
okay. So I'm like, this is great. Why not? Started off with me making one outfit. It was incredible. I loved it. I loved the designing process, the creating process. And it was just like, well, did you make that? Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God. Well, can you make this for me? And then I was like, all right, well, whatever. And then turned into a whole thing.
Wow.
Um, what else? I bought myself a Cricut 5 years ago now.
Nice.
Started making t-shirts, hoodies. I got it during COVID, so I would design masks for businesses. I was like, all right, well, this is fun. Gives me something to do where I'm sitting down and doing whatever. I could be watching TV, but still feel like I'm productive. That's
Hmm.
another thing. If I'm sitting down doing absolutely nothing, if there's no like finished piece that comes along with it, I feel like I'm not doing anything. So my idea of relaxing usually involves me doing something.
Yeah.
So like watching TV and I'm like, oh yeah, well, I'm like if I even if I work the whole day and I'm sitting there watching TV for like an hour, I feel like I've done nothing all day. So I'm like, all right, well, I need something that I could be doing while I'm watching TV. So I can be like, well, hey, look at this.
Yeah.
This is my accomplishment of an hour of TV.
That's so awesome. And so you sell all of these different products that you make?
Yeah, I tried. Right now, everything is closed during the move. So I'm
Yeah.
like, I've got 3 days to be out of my house and into New Hampshire, which would be great. But I'm like, everybody's like, well, hey, when is this going to be? I'm like, listen, check in with me in like a week.
Yeah. Give me
I
a
did
little bit
a
of time.
pop-up shop last weekend, which was great, but it also in my head, I'm like, that could have been time that I was packing.
Hmm.
It was inside and there was a bunch of outdoor events going on. So we didn't get as much foot traffic as I feel like we should have.
Yeah.
Part of me was like, maybe we should have been outside with everybody else. There was a farmer's market. There was an event going on, like a homeowners event going on at the bank. There
Hmm.
was so much stuff going on. And I was just like, oh my God. For like the first hour, we didn't get like a single person coming in.
Wow.
But then like when the foot traffic started coming in, it was like we had like 45 minutes before we needed to wrap up. But it was great.
Hmm.
So it was my first like pop-up style thing. I usually just do everything online because human interaction, as much as I love it, it's very anxiety inducing.
Yeah.
People are people are a little insane.
Yeah.
But it was a great experience. I think I'll do it again and I've learned a few things going forward. But I think that in order for that to have been like a better event, maybe not when there's like 50 million things going on outside on a nice
Right.
day.
Right. All these other distractions.
Yes, because I know me. Had I not been at this, like tabling at this event, I would probably be at the farmers market.
Right.
We go over here figuring out what's going on with the homeowners association,
Right. Right.
doing 50 million other things. I'm like, oh yeah, what's going on over here? What's going on? There's
So,
food. Oh, thank you.
so you primarily sell online. Do you have a website or is it through social media?
Mainly kind of like word of mouth. People are like,
Okay.
hey, such and such sent me this. You make this? I was in the process of making an Etsy shop and everything
Hmm.
after the move.
After the move, definitely.
I'll say everything. I was like, I've got a checklist of all of the things I need to get done like that first week that I'm like settled.
Hmm.
And I'm like, this is how the way I packed even was in the ideals of like unpacking would be easy. So I can get everything lined up.
Yeah,
It's gonna be great.
that's awesome. That's so cool. Is there a place that I could check your stuff out on social media or anything?
I'm gonna say I have an Instagram. It's called Echo Jinx.
Okay.
I mean, yeah.
ECHOJINX.
Yep.
Mm-mm. I'll go ahead and check that out, and then I'll put that in the description on here as well for anyone else that wants to check it out. You mentioned that you have a couple friends out here in LA that do drag. I would love to connect with them or go to one of their shows or anything like that.
Yes.
That would be amazing.
My friend King Captain does they produce Gender Blender out in LA, also out in Texas. It's incredible.
Oh wow.
I got the honor of going to one of their shows when they were in New York. I have to make it to the they're doing a show with Dem Fatales in October, I think the 18th, I believe. But I'm excited.
That's amazing. Yeah, I
I say,
would.
yeah, they moved out there and it's been great for them. And I'm like, I'm not gonna move out there
Yeah.
because me and the city, I need to be in the country, hope like country life.
Yeah.
But I'll visit more because where I'm moving is near an airport. And I was like, hey, listen, whenever you need me. I'm
That's amazing.
like, if anybody needs any outfit, styling, hair, makeup, let me know.
Anything, anything you need. We can do it
I'm like,
all.
literally, I can hop on a flight. It'll be fine.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'll reach out to you about maybe contacting them and I would love to chat with them as well.
I'm sure
Um,
they would love that.
that'd be really sweet, especially right now. There's a lot of crazy rhetoric going on about all of that, so I think it would be
Yeah, it's a
important.
very scary time for everyone right now, and
Hmm.
it's just a lot of people are just trying to stay safe.
Yeah,
I think that's a lot of people are trying to move from red states. My mom currently lives out in a red state, and I love her. I couldn't do it.
yeah,
And it was one of the things I looked at when I moved to New Hampshire. I was like, New Hampshire and Mass are blue, right?
yeah,
I was like, I'll be safe.
yeah, yeah. It's
Diversity is
a
like non-existent in New Hampshire, but it's safe.
yeah. At least it's safe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if they would be open and comfortable, I would love to talk to them about it. But I feel like right now is an important time to platform voices of all sorts, because it is a scary time. It's
Yeah.
really strange right now.
We're all being silenced at the moment. And it's just, I know like TikTok's been censoring things. They're getting rid of like certain features and everything like that.
Hmm.
It's getting dark.
Yeah, it's strange. It's strange, and that's why. I mean, that's partly why I wanted to start doing this. Of just like chat with people that you typically wouldn't come across just in day-to-day life, and get to hear about their stories and their lives and everything. And I had such a great time talking to you, and I appreciate you taking time in the
It
middle of this
was a
hectic
pleasure
schedule.
talking to you.
Yeah, with your move and new job and all of the busyness, I appreciate you taking this 40 minutes just to chat a bit.
I was like, listen, I needed a break, and this was great. No.
Good, good. I'm so glad. And yeah, I'll go ahead and check out your Instagram, and I'll put it in the description of this YouTube video and for people to check out as well. But best of luck to you with the move and your schooling and the new job and the kiddos and all of the amazing things that you have going on. It was such a pleasure to
Thank you
meet you,
so much for
Ellie.
having me.
Of course. Thank you. Thank you so
All
much.
right.
And
Thank you so
I'll be
much.
in touch.